Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my Grand Exchange only account where I'm trying to get 1,000 total level without ever leaving the Grand Exchange area. Now we last left off at total level 927, so things are going pretty well. Now at this point, there realistically is only a couple skills that are even going to be reasonably quick, and those are for smithing and for firemaking. So I really want to tackle as many of those levels today as possible. I have slowly been accumulating a lot of supplies in the bank that I want to go ahead and process. For example, I have a ton of cooking experience banked, I have smithing experience, firemaking experience. Today I really want to make a big dent into that. Anyway guys, as always, if you do like the video, perhaps consider liking the video. I mean, that's what the button's there for, I suppose. I appreciate it. Now, the first thing that we kind of haven't really got around to seriously training very much is the smithing skill. It's fairly quick, even with gold ore. We can get up to around 40k per hour smithing experience, which is not half bad compared to quite a few of these other training methods. Right now, we're only level 58, which means I think we can pretty easily get another 10 levels or something, maybe even more depending on how quick it ends up going. In the last episode, I experimented with trying maybe mithril bars, but I don't really think it's worth it just because it requires a lot more clicking and inventory management, and in the end it was maybe only marginally better than gold ore while also being more expensive. So we ended up purchasing 2200 gold ore and 2200 nature runes, which I think should be at least enough to get us to level 60 for now, but I think we're probably going to go further than that today. Alright, finally I've come around to using mouse keys. They are kind of a godsend here. We can just hit the 5 key over and over again, making this a lot more relaxing than it was before. But there's a very first smithing level coming in at 59 smithing. We can now make a mithril warhammer. I really wish we had an anvil. That would be really awesome, but unfortunately we don't. At the current rate we're going at, it's around an hour to a level, which isn't bad compared to everything else we have to train. Hey, we finally finished our camo top speed run. That took a long time. I was like at 2 months. I don't think we're going to make any of the high scores with that run, but you know what? We finally got it. Okay, so we just finished going through all of the gold ores, and that will actually bring us pretty much exactly to level 60 smithing, which is pretty awesome. Also bringing us to total level 929. Now, the next actual unlock for smithing is at level 70, which honestly is possible we might make it that far. Alright, so we're going to try making Cadentine blood potions again. Honestly, haven't had too much success on this, but in theory, it should be very profitable. I mean, I should be able to make 700k to 800k per hour doing this. I'm always very hesitant to do a moneymaker that doesn't train my account at all, and that's why I haven't really done it too much, but we're going to try it for an hour and just see if maybe it's going to work better this time. Alright, so we just finished up with an hour of making the Cadentine blood potions. Actually, it was a bit more because we made 4,000 of them. It is kind of hard to stay motivated doing those methods just because, I mean, all it's giving me is money. Sure, I do need money, but what I need more than money is actually to train my account, and that doesn't really do it. But anyway, we're going to dump these in here for around 5,800, and we'll see how much money we make when they sell. Alright, so we have actually just a couple more combat levels to get until we have a base 40 stat line for combat stats, and after then, well, I don't want to think about after then. We probably will have to go further than that. Okay, we actually just hit a hit point level. Everyone is just a kind of a bonus. I keep forgetting to factor hit points into my total calculation, but there is 43 hit points. And with the final smack, there is level 40 defense, bringing us up to total level 932. We can now wear rune armor as well as Cadentine robes, which would be kind of a flex. Don't think I'm probably going to buy those. Now going forward, I'm probably going to have to level up my combat a bit more. Maybe we'll shoot to get them all to 45 at some point. Now in my bank, I have a couple resources left over. We had some smithing experience, and we had about 1,000 U-logs that have been kind of just sitting there for a while. So there is another firemaking level 76, and we have about another 700 U-logs left. That might be enough for another one. And with only 100 U-logs remaining, we're going to get another firemaking level here. Firemaking is still incredibly quick, even with U-logs. Okay, so there we sold off all our Cadentine blood potions, and actually for a pretty solid profit, we got 876k in profit. Granted, it took me a little bit more than an hour to make all of these, so in the end we probably made around 600 or 700k per hour in profit, which is decent, but I don't actually think that's really worth doing just because, well, yeah, no experience. and that's brought us up to 25 mil. Okay, so we're going to be making a big investment here into firemaking. Now, normally I wouldn't ever recommend buying magic logs. It just kind of seems like a waste of money, to be honest, but in this exact circumstance where we don't have access to Wintertot, we're going to go ahead and buy 3,000 magic logs, and it's going to cost me pretty much 3 mil. Firemaking is just really annoying, and I kind of want to just try to speed it up as much as possible. Oh my god, another genie random. That means we only have, I think, 2 more after this, and then we'll finally get our very first level. That is, as far as I'm aware, untrainable in my area. We only have 18 experience left to our first hunter level. After then, we will continue to get hunter levels quicker and quicker. It actually speeds up pretty substantially once you get your first level. Now, we burned through around 450 magic logs already, and that has brought us to 78 firemaking. Now, at kind of peak performance, we can get around 420 up to 450k per hour, but if I'm really not paying attention, we're down here at 350. That's not super great. Now, in tandem with firemaking, we are still trying to kind of make some money on the side. I'm not going to be showing you every single bolt I make, but just note that I am trying to recoup some of these losses. We went ahead and made 11,000 Dragonstone Dragon Bolts, and I think we're going to make a bit of money on it. I've had pretty good luck on these in the past, and right now they're selling for 1390, which will be about a 400 or 500k profit. I've been kind of slacking on my fletching training a bit as well. I mean, we haven't got a fletching level in a couple episodes, I think. So I'm definitely trying to jump back on a bit more fletching training because eventually I would like to get 99. Okay, we burnt through 1,000 magic logs now, and that's going to bring us to 79 firemaking. Only 1 more level to go to 80. The main goal, of course, is to get 90 firemaking. At that point, we're kind of home free. We have a fairly cost-effective way and very quick way to train to 99, that being redwood logs. Okay, so we're just a bit over halfway through all of our magic logs, and that got us to level 80 firemaking, which means we'll probably get to 81 or 82 off of these magic logs. Sure, it is very expensive, but that did save me a lot of time. Unfortunately, we can't actually make magic pyre logs. That would actually be a very good money-making method, but I do actually need to finish the Shades of Morton quest to be able to make them, I think, which is a little unfortunate. Wow, we've been doing so much bolt enchanting that we're actually already 65% of the way to another magic level. 89 magic is coming up pretty quickly here. And that's how I like to make money, and honestly, that just feels so much better. Sure, I'm not making as much money per hour as unfinished Cadentine blood potions or whatever, but we're training our account. We got like an entire level almost just from money making. And we sold off all of the Dragonstone Dragon Bolts as well for around 400k in profit, and we have another 11,000 Ruby Bolt E's that are going to be about break even. Now, speaking of slacking, one thing I haven't done in a long time is agility training, partly because my wrists have been bothering me a lot and partly just because I didn't want to do it. But we mustered together another agility level, which brought us to 31. Right now, it's about half an hour, 40 minutes to a level, which is actually pretty good, and we're going to have to get around to this pretty soon. But it just sucks. It's terrible to do it. Okay, another lot of Ruby Dragon Bolts sold off for about a break-even price. The reason we are doing that, though, is just really quick magic training. Even if I lose a bit of money on it, I still think it's worth it. And Ruby Dragon Bolt is one of the only bolts that you can enchant that is break-even, profitable, or at least somewhere close around there. Now, I really am trying to take advantage of the one-tick method because it does make it substantially quicker. Even here where I was barely paying attention, we still got 230k per hour magic experience, bringing us up to 80% of the way to 89 magic. So yeah, sure, we're not making a ton of money on these, but we are training magic very quickly. Okay, so we're going to make another big investment into smithing. We bought 2,200 of each gold ore nature runes at the beginning, but today we're going to make another investment into 5,000 gold ore and nature runes. This is kind of expensive. I mean, the GP to XP, if you count for magic and smithing, is somewhere around 5, but if you just count smithing, I don't know, it's like 15 or 20. It's quite pricey. Granted, we do definitely want the magic experience, so it's not terrible, but it is fairly pricey. I'm not really sure how many levels we're going to get from superheating 5,000 gold ore, but we might as well get started. Okay, so here's our very first post 60 smithing level coming in. I'm pretty excited. 60 was my original goal for smithing before I realized that it's actually quick to train with superheat. So now I'm pretty sure we're going to go way past that. We just hit level 61 smithing. Right now it is about an hour and a half to a level, but with mouse keys it's fairly, I'm going to say AFK, but it's pretty easy. Oh my god, that kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't even really paying attention, but there's 89 magic. Another great side effect of training smithing is we get a ton of magic training in at the same time. Actually, you get a lot more magic experience per hour than you do smithing. so it adds up very quickly. If I'm going at a reasonable rate, I can get around 90k per hour magic experience, which is very good. So kind of carrying on here with the magic grind, we're going to be enchanting some diamond bolts, although for some reason I only brought one. Probably going to do more than that. Diamond bolts are a bit more preferable for me because the experience rate is higher, which is really what I'm in it for anyway. That said, enchanting the diamond dragon bolts aren't usually profitable. I think in this case we're actually going to lose maybe about 20 GP per enchant, which means enchanting all these bolts I could lose about 150k on, which I'm prepared to lose. That's okay. Okay, so there's the customary cooking level per episode. There is level 96 cooking. I am really hyped on cooking. We only have 3 more levels to go and only around 15,000 more wines in the bank. I am happy I ended up buying these a while ago because they have increased in price, so I got them for a really good deal and I'm pretty happy, even though it cost about 5 or 6 mil at the time. We have a lot of resources in the bank right now, which looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm somewhat of an Iron Man myself, you see? It's actually kind of crazy that at level 96 cooking, it's actually still a fairly quick total level to get compared to something like my level 40 attack. It'll take me about 2 hours or so to get 98 cooking, and it'll take me about an hour or an hour and a half to get 41 attack. The experience rates are that disproportionate. Alright, so we pretty much made it through another smithing level now. That is going to be level 62 smithing. Definitely starting to slow down, but we still actually have a pretty large chunk of gold ore to go through, I think. Yeah, we're just a bit over halfway. So we definitely have quite a few options now for training. I think I might try to bang out all of this firemaking experience first. I've spent pretty much the entire afternoon superheating and my fingers a little bit sore from tapping the 5 button all day. So I'm going to go ahead and try to finish off the rest of these logs. Honestly, these total levels are flying by at this point. We kind of just decided to spend a bunch of money on some of the quicker training methods, and it is paying off. There's 81 firemaking. I think we'll probably get one more level maybe from the rest of these magic logs, but that will probably be it. We actually had to burn about 100 maple logs that we already had in the bank, but now that will bring us perfectly now to level 82 firemaking, which is a pretty good spot to stop. So for a 3 million GP investment, we got about 4 firemaking levels. I'm not going to say I'm exactly happy with that because I think that's kind of bullshit. I had to spend it on firemaking, but you know what? We did get a lot of total levels. Well, this is going to be kind of a rare but well-needed woodcutting level. There is 55 woodcutting. I think maybe in the next episode, I might really just start a serious woodcutting grind. Because right now the time to level isn't actually that bad. It's only around an hour or an hour and a half, which is kind of reasonable at this point. Okay, I didn't really expect this, but we actually have another cooking level coming in and a random event at the exact same time. There is 97 cooking. I am really hyped on that. Only 2 more levels to go till our first level 99 on the account. Let's smack that guy out of here too. I just have to imagine I'm kind of unlucky on the Bob the Cat random event. I mean, I've gotten like 7 genies or whatever. I mean, I feel like I should have gotten one by now. In the end, I'm not counting on it, but I just feel like I shouldn't be this rare. 1.1 mil to a level now though, and I think I'm probably going to be able to finish that off pretty soon. Okay, so we're actually pretty damn close to a fletching level, and normally haven't really been bothering to specifically train fletching with magic longbows, for example, but at this rate we're only about an hour away, and I mean magic longbows are profitable, it's not terrible. So we bought 3,400 unstrung magic longbows, and that will be enough to get us to level. Well, it has been quite a while since our last fletching level. I actually don't even remember what my fletching level is, but okay, I guess it was 92. So we're at 93 now, which means only 6 more levels to 99. We're well over halfway to getting there, and we actually made another 200k or something just making the magic longbows. I imagine fletching will probably be my second 99 on the account, after cooking obviously. Oh man, here's my very first post 40 combat level. That's going to be 41 ranged. I think I'm probably going to go with ranged going forward because I think it does offer the highest experience rates of the melee combats right now, and that has brought us up to total level 948. Actually a ton of progress. I didn't really expect to get that many total levels today, and some of those were really big levels as well, like 97 cooking and 93 fletching. Anyway guys, that is probably where I'm going to be ending it for today. After collecting everything in our GE and our bank, we're up to 24 mils. We have actually not really lost or gained too much money, but we have gained a ton of total levels and spent a lot of money on this account. For example, just today we made a big investment into firemaking, around 3 mil just in magic logs. We probably spent another couple mil on smithing supplies, and really did pay off. We started the episode at 927 total level, which means we gained 19 today, which is a lot for the point of the account that we're at. We're almost breaking the last 50 total levels for the account, which is awesome. I'm honestly pretty shocked that we've made it this far. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for sticking around to episode number 14. I really appreciate it. Now before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. A huge shout out to Valhalla Lad who just subscribed at the Dragon tier of YouTube membership. Thank you man, I really appreciate it. They're joining Brian Robinson, Cappy, Brad Sings, Ocelot, and Kush Patel, all at the Dragon tier. You guys are awesome. Also big shout out to Birdbot, Timothy Chen, and Base Titch. If you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is a really awesome way to do it. Help support me directly. In return, you can be immortalized in my videos, get access to my video release schedule, and even get a custom role in my Discord server. Anyway guys, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.